So this one's a better, see the proximity to the amenities here. The grocery store is just right across the street. Everything's in walking distance. And so people that have a tough time with transportation, especially families in the 60% AMI bracket, are going to have a better quality of life living in a place like this here where there's a big job employment center with the mall and other subsidiary businesses there. And then you have walking distance to grocery stores, schools, and bus stops. And so that's the...
Is this not something that an applicant would know then? Why would you apply? If the distance is too far, I would imagine this is a process to apply for because it's via the state. But
Yeah.
isn't this a part of, or wouldn't this be a considering factor in applying for something like this?
It probably is. I mean, those, coincidentally, the two that are on the agenda as well are in the downtown area. Right, the near downtown, and the state awards points if a project's near downtown, so they benefit from that. That you'd probably have to ask the applicants, but what their rationale is. But different developers have different rationale for.
Do we have an applicant here?
I believe they're all here.
They are all here.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, well, I'd like to know.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. I am Anita Daniels. I am the founder of Anita D. Designer Foundation, a nonprofit 501c3. And to answer your question, our project is a mixed use project. We will have homes above on the above floors, and then on the first floor we will have amenities for our residents to actually be able to partake of. We have outlined in our plan that not only will they have things there that they can use, facilities and programs and so on and so forth on the property, but we are also, that's just our phase one. We have a phase two where we're going in to the Washington Coast area according to the plans that were set by the city, by the four-part agreement with the community, the city, the Port Authority, and TxDOT. We've satisfied all of that with our phases. We can't go in and offer something all at one time, but that's not, that particular proximity of a grocery store was not in our, or in the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs guidelines.
Or the school?
Or the school. We addressed everything according to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, everything. We followed the guidelines. We were not told that the proximity would take away our being given a supportive resolution from the city. As a matter of fact, in the waiver, the refinery waiver letter that we received, it said that, well, the first one that we received, it says that a resolution of support would be given to our project. And then a few days later, we received the retraction. So me, myself, as a nonprofit founder, I've given my word to the Washington Coast area. I've given my word to the city of Corpus Christi, and to honor that four-part agreement about the revitalization going into the Washington Coast and Hillcrest area. I gave my word not only of those things, but also to make sure that this area is revitalized. This is an area that has been underserved and under-resourced for decades. And as a city, I know I am not a resident here, but my father was a pastor, and my father preached in this area. He preached in Victoria, Edna, Ganado, Victoria, and Corpus Christi. I have relatives who preach here today in this city. And to be able to come into a city post-Hurricane Harvey, trying to bring in disaster relief to not just Corpus Christi, but to Bayshore, Woodsboro, Refugio, helping all of these citizens get back to rebuilding. And then we find out through the support of Texas A&M's Economic Leadership Council that Corpus Christi had a little area that needed some help. And we came in and we met with all of the city directors, all of the city leaders about Washington Coles specifically. And we were given the maps by your city senior planners and developers telling us exactly where we needed to focus our attention on, where they wanted us to focus our attention on within the triangle area of Washington Coles, where the new Harbor Bridge was coming in. We did exactly what was asked of us. And to now get to this point, and someone tells us that our citizens, our residents, who we care about, can't get to a grocery store, I'll bring in some motor vehicles for them. I'll bring in resources for them to get to a store so they won't have to be concerned about how they'll get a loaf of bread. And we're going to put a coffee shop right inside of that mixed-use development for our seniors and for those who take advantage of what we're bringing in. We're bringing in financial literacy programs for that area to help them to understand how to maintain housing and how to not let it get to where it is now. I have a heartthrob for this, what's going on in Washington Coles. And to get to this point, it saddens me. It is a sad day for me. And I caught a plane and I left my 13-year-old son in Houston without any breakfast to get here. And me, myself, I've only had cranberry juice today. But I want you to know, I hope I've answered your questions. I had a speech written out, but I hope I've answered your question and any other questions that you may have.
All right.
You have.
Here's 17 on the agenda, right? The Washington Coles Apartment Development.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr.
You're
Smith?
welcome.